that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. We'll see the Charlotte Hornets defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year. Guys, they came out on top of the season series matchup a season ago, taking 2 of the 3 away from them.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, you know, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Hey, Greg, we got to be honest here, which is really the only way I roll. Neither of these teams are world beaters. But you've got to start somewhere. A win tonight would be a step in the right direction.
And the Charlotte Hornets wanted to become more efficient shooting the 3-ball last year, and they certainly did.
Well, part of the efficiency was because they took fewer threes and better quality threes as well. Also, some of their younger guys are just becoming more consistent shooters from that range.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Here's Curry. From deep. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. And Joe Allen will bring it up for Charlotte. That's a 2 from Smith. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Ball, such a terrific passer. He seems to have a sixth sense. Nice feel, which is hard to teach.
Back to Curry. Over Ball. Curry can't get it to go. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Ball with it. Smith outside. And Tyler Zeller's going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Full 24-second shot clock. Charlotte moving the ball around. Smith, no good.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
And 6'7" swingman Andre Robertson out of the University of Colorado, one of the league's premier defensive specialists.
And, Kevin, there's a reason he started for most of his career, and it has nothing to do with his shooting. Now returning from that ruptured patella tendon, will he regain that elite defensive form? Only time will tell.
6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Collins. Curry fires from way outside. Took it the... length and buries the 3.
And Kevin, that three ball of Curry deadly. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
Now, here is Smith. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. 5 to shoot. Here's Leonard. That shot, no good.
Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
Outside for Curry. And airballs the triple. That one was way off.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Back to Leonard. Over Cephalosha. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Pass to Curry. Beyond the arc. They get it back. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. Good on the three-point shot. Smith's got 5 now.
And Smith loves pulling up from 3. Never scared to fire when he's out beyond.
Curry looking it over. Zeller. Here's Robertson. Inside. Stolen by Allen. Fast break now for Charlotte. Smith's running.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Crowder with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And then Allen slams it in.
Fruitful possession. Just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Yeah, that's tremendous efficiency there. I mean, you like seeing them put together these types of plays.
Now, here's Ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. 6 on the shot clock. Fades away. Again, the Hornets score. You're always looking for guys with confidence, but then some guys maybe go a little bit too far with that element, and the efficiency level will drop below their talent level. There are guys that can be swayed by that.
Yeah, you're right, and it's a mixed bag with those kind of guys because the talent is always on display, and it's hard not to appreciate it, but the inconsistency is frustrating. Perhaps the guy who maybe best epitomizes that is Lance Stevenson, because when he's good, he can give you a lot of stuff at both ends. When he's sideways, he can hurt you a little bit too.
And so it's Charlotte with it. After the basket by Brooklyn. Curry way outside. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Hornets leading by 10. And here's Rondo. Allen outside. Pass to Smith. Launches a 3. Hornets keep it alive. Got a piece of it. Allen outside. And it's Allen with the jam.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Outside Curry. Back to Zeller. Outside Curry. It could go. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Hornets ahead. They lead by 12. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Diallo, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher, but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Willie Reed. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. To the middle. Len, good. Len's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, Rondo just working the ball around there. He loves finding his teammates when they're open in the sweet spots.
Back to Curry. Leonard with the steal. Banked in off the glass. Leonard's got 6.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Yeah, Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Smith, left side. Yep, it counts. Smith's got the lead up to 13 now for Charlotte. And it's Harris off the drive. A three-pointer. Wiggins hits it from three-point range. Wiggins has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Len. Right side, Leonard. 5 to shoot. Over Wiggins. That one a little long.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Curry shot is off.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Here's Rondo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Len's shot is off.
Highlight reel play all the way. Just can't connect.
I thought the pass looked good and just came up a skosh short, but I like the initiative and the intention.
Here's Leonard. Wiggins with the block.
Great read that time by Wiggins, anticipating the shot. Sends it out with return to sender postage.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Well, it's been a long time coming for Nets fans, but starting this offseason, Brooklyn will actually own their own draft pick.
I hope for all Nets fans, they can avoid this situation for a long time.
Nets trail by 10. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Curry. Tipped away. Charlotte moving the ball around. Back to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home, Kevin. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
On the wing, Harris. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Curry on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Harris's shot is off.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
Nets trail by 12. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And again, it's the Nets missing.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
Drills it from outside.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Now here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Drops in the tray.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Goes back up. Here's Curry with the three. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's foul number 2 for him. Charlotte making a switch here. Hornets leading by 12. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
That one goes. Count it.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Here's Ball, following the bucket by the Nets. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the half.
You know, one of the things that really impresses me about Ball, Kevin, is how good he is at setting up his man so he can make the pass that he wants to.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Hey, yo, the Nets landed, so back it up. Pass the mic, the big site, the manufacturer, the architect, bringing you the art of Greg. You used to hate my clique, now you want a part of it. Coming with more hits that funk like Parliament. Compare me to a...
And the new group in for the Nets.
Robin Williams, James Miller,
Now Curry. 6 points for him. Pass to Robertson. And here is Portis. On its way from Curry for 2. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets. And with the big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead.
Well, Steph Curry, widely regarded as the best shooter in the history of the game. He's been so successful playing point guard in the NBA at times. I think we forget that he transitioned from playing shooting guard in his younger days.
6 to shoot. Lopez with the steal. The offensive rebound. Here's Curry with the 3. Here's Portis. They shoot again. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
You know, Greg, a lot of players can't make that switch from shooting guard to point guard. You've got to give Steph a lot of credit.
He's worked tirelessly. I mean, we've all seen those pregame ball handling drills. He's still prone to a careless turnover or two, but on the plus side, he rebounds like a shooting guard. And today's point guards are expected to score much more than in days past.
Here's Ball. J.R. Smith making his last shot. Allen outside. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Those are facts, man. I mean, if he's sliding his feet just a skosh, the refs are going to whistle him for it.
Well, you see the struggles he's having.
Oh, my goodness! That is breathtaking.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands.
Yeah, he wanted credit for the basket and the assist on that one.
Now, here's Curry. 6 points for him. Clock at 6. The Nets working the ball around now. Looking to end his cold spell. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Clark, you once worked for the Indiana Pacers, Vice President, Player Relations, and really had your fingerprints on a lot of part of that organization. Could you see yourself going back to an NBA front office role?
I don't anticipate that. I love what I do as a broadcaster. I really feel as though I'm right where God wants me to be. Currently had a wonderful tenure with the Pacers, 32 years between playing, broadcasting both radio and television, then 4 years in the VP of Player Relations role. Phenomenal relationships with a number of people, but no, I think that chapter for me is in the rearview mirror.
I speak for everyone playing the game, watching the game. We're glad you're in broadcasting, I'll tell you that.
Thank you, partner.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Now here's Rondo. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Leonard. Just 4 to shoot. Lopez with the steal. From deep three-point range. Offensive rebound, Nets. Leonard with the steal. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
And Greg, one of the stories that had started developing since last season was the talk of Kawhi Leonard wanting out. Too many soured relationships, it seemed.
And he was eventually moved after requesting a trade. Pop and the Spurs tried just about everything they could to convince him. Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Yes, indeed. And, you know, the intensity Leonard plays with on defense is impressive, using his huge hands to claw the ball away.
Pass to Curry. Can they get it? Len grabs the board.
He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Leonard, no luck.
And, you know, where was the defense there, Kevin? I mean, even though he missed it, that was not a good effort. Pitiful.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
Rondo with it. No points in the game yet for him. Smith outside. Launches it. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Felton. In the corner, it's Harris. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. That one, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Mikhailuk. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. He has 5.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Nunley. Back to Felton. Here's Nunley. He's covered by Rondo. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Hornets shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And the technical free throw is good. And the Charlotte Hornets last season was a roller coaster ride, even at the coaching spot.
Yeah, Steve Clifford, Kevin, had to take a medical leave of absence, and Steven Silas filled in, did the best he could, but the team failed to establish any real continuity. Hard. It's like having players injured all the time when you have that kind of disruption. And I think that was a big part of their struggles.
Zeller trying to free himself up. Shot by Collins, no good. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. The Nets on offense. And here's Harris from the arc. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
He's really a dangerous perimeter shooter. Harris is great at cashing in from this spot on the floor.
Charlotte calls timeout. And Brooklyn making a change here. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Timeout called, the Nets.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
And the Hornets call time here.
Yeah, just hitting a reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
Get on your feet and make some noise for T-shirt time!
There's 10 seconds left to play here in the third. And here is Ball. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's Charlotte. They finish off the third quarter with a 13. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And here are the Nets. From outside the arc, sinks the triple. Curry's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Nets.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, there might be more in store.
Pass the ball. Curry with the steal.
Timeout.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
J.R. Smith.
Here's Curry, and the shot goes in. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Leonard attacking, and then jammed down as he goes right over Tyler Zeller.
and he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Curry. And it's off the back rim. No good. Pass to Leonard. It's Crowder on the wing. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. Well, Clark, some G League salaries on the rise due to two-way contracts.
Yeah, and I think some of it is a function, Kevin, of the league's prosperity and success as revenues continue to grow. But I don't think it's a handout. I mean, when these guys get called up to the NBA, they've got to continue to be ready to produce and contribute, because at the end of the day, it's about production if you're going to make your way into the NBA.
Guys, he has been a major factor, big time, outstanding at getting quality looks and knocking them down.
Harris outside. Back to Curry. 5 on the clock. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Smith for 3. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
And Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
Charlotte calls timeout. You know, every coach talks about playing team basketball, Clark. When it comes to the fans, they really come out to see the stars. What do you think is the psychology behind that?
Well, I think fans enjoy elite players and great talent across any sport. But they also recognize that team play is critical to winning. So I think it's a combination. Fans, I think we've got to give them a little more credit. Sure, they want to see the stars play, but they want to win, and they know to win, teams have to be about team basketball, not just highlighting and enjoying the stars.
And here comes Harris leading the fast break. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Jay Crowder. And that one falls for Collins. In terms of competitive balance, Clark, with 2-3 teams being the heavy favorites every year, what do the other teams really have to play for?
Well, first and foremost, the opportunity to rewrite that script. I mean, just because teams are heavy favorites don't mean they're going to prevail in competition. So that's the first thing. And you never know what can happen. We've talked about it before, Kevin, the unpredictability of teams and seasons, how they play out, injuries, personnel, all of that stuff factors in. So if you're a competitor, you want to knock off whoever's expected to be the top team.
And so the timeout by Kenny Atkinson here.
Timeout. Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
Nets trail by 19. Curry from deep three-point land. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
Charlotte ball.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Allen outside. Pass to Smith. Outside Leonard. Over Cephalosha. Off the left rim and out.
That's exactly how you want to play it defensively, Kevin. I mean, getting a hand up to distract and bother the shooter. Not easy to stop somebody this deep inside.
Now, here's Collins. Shoots over Crowder. Collins, good. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Charlotte. They lead by 17. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, last season, a tough one for Crowder. Was moved from Boston to Cleveland and then moved again over to Utah at the deadline. Also struggled mightily with his shot and just had a down year.
On the wing, Harris. And a miss there on the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Looked like he rushed the layup to me. I mean, the defense was late on contesting that one.
Curry. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Curry's got 10 points here in the second half. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Allen's shot is off. Nets trail by 16.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Charlotte.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And you always hope to take charge of the season series by winning that first game. This will put them up 1-0. 3 games left still to play this year against Brooklyn.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kawhi Leonard.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Leonard draws the double, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Gary Harris.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
Curry can't get it to go. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Free throw drop for Smith.
Well, I love the confidence that JR shoots the ball with, and on occasion now, he can shoot you in or out of games when he falls in love with that 3.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They trail by 16. We've got 28 seconds left in the game. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Basket counts.
Man, I have great appreciation for the IQ of Stephen Curry. I mean, once the ball hits his hands, guys, you know he's thinking about letting it go.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 16. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And this is what happens when you dig yourself a hole it's hard to climb out of.
Well, to me, they look emotionally spent.
The Nets on offense. They trail by 16. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Out to Smith. Back to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Charlotte moving it around. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Curry way outside, off on that one. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans